All right, good morning, guys. Just wanted to do a quick overview here. I've got John Sklar, who's with me, and Michael Chang, and I'm going to do a little screen share using TOS and show you guys first kind of what is a strangle. I know Michael's more familiar with strangles because we've been having a competition trading strangles for the last, 5 days or so, Michael?
Yeah, 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, so really a strangle in a nutshell is where you're selling both a put and a call. So with different strikes within the same month. So as you can see on this bad boy on EWZ, when I set it up, there was probably a 75% probability of profit, but the price has shot up. So it's testing the call side. So what I'm going to do in this adjustment is the way I like to adjust is to turn a strangle into a straddle. So I'm going to roll up the untested side. In this case, the untested side is the put, and turn this strangle into a straddle. So what I wanted to do is to demonstrate that at this time so I could show these guys and then use this as an educational video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this.
Yeah, real quick,
Yep.
You want to share the screen?
Oh, good idea. I'm going to share the screen. That's kind of why I have an audience and why Michael's here. Tell me when you guys can see it.
Yep, we can.
All right, so I'm going to take this put, May 18 put, and it's 15 days to expiration, and I'm going to create a rolling order, and then I'm going to make sure I change the date to today's date, and then I'm going to turn it into a straddle, so I'm going to roll this to 25 put to collect about $1.11. So I always like to do what's called price discovery. So I'm going to jack this guy up to $1.15 and then hit Control, Confirm, and Send. So I'm going to collect about $11.40 for rolling this leg. And then I'll go up here in the monitor and I'll slowly go down a penny at a time to $1.14. And it's kind of like eBay where you're trying to get a specific price, and the lower the price, the better. So we don't want to overpay on these pencils or whatever we're buying here. So it's $1.13. While we're waiting here, I'll tell you that EWZ is a Brazilian ETF, and it just fired off. Good thing that thing is liquid. So now let's look at our risk graph, and our risk graph is now, looks like it's got, let's see, make sure this is today's date. Now it's got more of a 34% percentage of profit, but that doesn't take into account the other premium that we've collected. So now we've collected 3 premiums on EWZ. So it gives us a higher probability of turning a losing trade into a scratch or a small winner. And also, as you notice, the delta on this guy went from probably 30 something to like -5. So one of the things I'm trying to do is to have fewer negative deltas. As you see in this account, I'm up $1,700 today. Yesterday was a tough day because it was a big crashing to the upside, and I had way too many beta-weighted deltas. Beta-weighted deltas basically means for every dollar the SPY goes down, I should make about $152 in this account. I'd like to have it more closer to 0. So I feel comfortable with more like minus 60 beta-weighted deltas. So if I make adjustments today to Harley-Davidson and IWM, I can be closer to the beta-weighted deltas that I'd like to have. Theta in this account is around $310 per day. Now, I know that was kind of quick to demonstrate for you guys, but any questions?
No, I think go ahead, John.
Go ahead, Michael.
I was just going to say a quick explanation from you about theta would be good for.
Okay. Theta is basically, if you're a seller of options, theta works in your favor. It's kind of money that everything else given, it's equal. It's the amount that I can collect per day in this account. In this case, it's $304. According to Tasty Trade, that's done a lot of research, and Tasty Trade is a free educational site. It's also a brokerage, has about 8 PhDs on staff that have done a lot of back testing. And a good option trader could expect to keep about 25% of their annual theta. So if I took 308 and multiplied it by 365 and then multiplied that by 0.25, that might be what I could expect to keep in this account over a year's period. And that might be in addition to any money that I made on the underlying. So a quick kind of a metaphor is selling options is kind of like swimming with the current. So the current's with your back and it's helping you swim doubly fast. Buying options is kind of like having theta decay and it's working against you. So all that current is hitting you in the face while you're trying to attempt to swim against the current. So great question. John, did you have something you wanted to ask?
Yeah, so I was just to be clear, so the position you had in EWZ was you had a call above and a put below the price where it was trading, and then the stock started to move up in a positive direction and test the call you sold.
Exactly.
And so why did you adjust the put as opposed to adjusting the call?
Well, what we always want to do is we want to collect more money, because every time we do, we are affecting our cost basis.
Right.
So we want to collect more money. And
okay.
This enables me, so if I go into the Analyze tab, monitor account statement, EWZ, I've lost now only because of what I've collected. I've only lost $70 in this. So now I've collected 3 premiums. So it gives me a chance to still book a scratch or a win out of this guy.
Okay.
So if I'm rolling the other side, I'm just adding more risk to this. In this case, I'm putting less risk in by collecting a premium.
Gotcha.
And truly, I'm not directional. In this case, I had so many negative deltas that I'm playing this directionally to the downside. And I don't have a bearish premise on EWZ. I'd have a neutral. So I wanted to bring it back to more neutral.
Gotcha.
Any other questions?
Not from me.
And I don't expect this to kind of be a be-all and end-all of understanding strangles and adjustments. I just wanted to create a series of 5-minute videos, and this is the 5-minute video on adjusting a strangle.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time, and I'd love to have lots of these in the future, and so stay tuned.